Before this video starts, we're going to be referring to my last video about the GAN XS, why the GAN XS is too fast for me, a few times in this video. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend you go check it out just for some context.
It's always the case that I just need to trust that GAN knows what's right. Even though I've been cubing for so long and know a decent amount about hardware, I just need to trust that this cube is better than it is. Or back in the day, a cube would come out and it'd be so much better than the previous one.
Doesn't matter.
You could instantly switch.
Yeah.
Now it's it's so precise and everything's so fine-tuned that you can't instantly switch mains anymore.
Hello everyone, welcome back to LaserMonkey, and today I'd like to talk about new cube confidence, practicing down Feliks's solves, and how to set up the GAN XS, because this is a pretty challenging cube to set up. After Feliks broke the 5.53 world record average, I challenged myself to recreate the solves. I practiced them down, I memorized the solutions, I tried to memorize the execution, and then I tried to recreate the solves to learn more about Feliks's turning style and his execution style. What I found that he has a pretty light turning style, interesting grip on the cube that I can't quite do. I don't know if it's because of my finger length or just my habits, the way I've grown accustomed to turning and holding the cube. But I found that it was extremely difficult to get even the times that Feliks got in the competition. What I found is that my cube setup just simply wasn't good enough to do that kind of TPS, to do that 11, 10, 12 TPS. And I had to change the settings a lot. I tried every single setting, every tension, every spring tension, everything on this puzzle.
I saw your video on the XS, how you used it in competition. And
what's your setup? Because one of the things when I was doing this, practicing down your solves, is I had a really hard time getting a cube setup that actually didn't lock up when I was trying to do those moves.
Right.
Do you know what your setup is?
Setup, I believe, is 4 clicks on the elasticity. The tightness is the light blue.
Light blue. I think that's
the
1
tightest
of 3.
setting.
What's
the tightest setting on the light blue?
I think that's what I ended up with, actually. I think I did 3 clicks on the tightest setting of the light blue. I tried every setting. It's very hard to set up. Anyway, yeah.
That's what I found as well. And even going into this competition, I was like, okay, I want to experiment with this because I'm definitely faster at home with the cube, like you were. But if the round 1 doesn't go particularly well, then I'll just switch back to the X because I know I can get low 7 averages with the X. But after the first round, I was like, no, this is great. Let's just keep it going. But it's always a little bit nerve-wracking using a new cube, or you're not sure how it's going to go in competition. And I still feel I wasn't very nervous at all for this competition, but so I was able to turn pretty effortlessly, and there weren't many lockups. But I'm not sure how it would go under extreme nerve situations, which is again that's 10% of the time, but that's probably the more important component of the official solves. But I feel going into that with the new cube and then doing pretty well with it, regardless of the times, just feeling confident with the cube, it's massive. The thing that's always happened with me is that I'll get a new cube, a new release from GAN, and I'll be it's okay, I get the same times with it, and then 2 months later, I'm I cannot go back to the old cube. I love it so much. It's faster and lighter and better, and it's so good. But it always takes a little while, and especially it takes a little while to use it in a competition, and then become comfortable with it in a competition. But I don't know. Hopefully, this confidence, new cube confidence, which is definitely a thing, will continue for the next little bit.
I've had the exact same experience. Yeah. When I got the X, it took me 2 months, and then I was I guess it's trying to figure out how to set it up, and then just practicing a lot with it.
The first comp I used the X in, I got the 591 average, and it was the exact same thing. I'd had some other competitions during that period of traveling. I was like using the SM, but I had the X with me. And I'm like, this is really nice, but I don't think I can use it in competition. And then finally I just got like fed up. I'm like, okay, let's just try it, see how it goes. And then it was similar. Like the first 2 rounds, I was like, I feel like I'm soloing really well, not getting like that great times. And then in the final, yeah, it works. It's like the exact same process, but just a year ago.
Yeah.
So I feel like I won't be switching back.
Yeah. This is good marketing. Like XS comes out, Feliks new world record is like first comp with XS.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well done.
That's the plan.
Well done. If you're looking to set up your own GAN XS, I recommend using a combination of this Angstrom lube, Silk, and DNM37. These 3 lubes together really will make any cube feel really good, and I recommend adding DNM37 last because you're going to need to relube this cube with DNM pretty often, maybe Silk once in a while, and probably on very rare occasions you need to relube with Angstrom, because this cube on this tight setting does need a fast lube and a smooth lube. So I recommend the combination of Angstrom and Silk for the smoothness, and the DNM to be reapplied every once in a while just to give that quickness. I'm not a professional cube setupper, but this is what I found works, and I hope it works for you. If you find a different setup, definitely leave it in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much to the Cubicle for sending me the GAN XS. Thank you to Feliks for joining me on today's episode, and thank you to you guys for watching. Okay, that's it. This is Laser Monkey, out.
Yeah, let's do it. Lubrication. Yep.